Quvenzhane Wallis, take one.
All right, so Quvenzhane, I have really enjoyed getting to see you at a few different events and Q&As and things this year, and I have had one question that I didn't get to ask you though, and that is, how did you get such a beautiful name? Where does Quvenzhane come from?
It's a Swahili name, and the first 5 letters are for the QU is my mom and my sister.
Mm-hmm.
The Vin is my 2 brothers and my daddy.
Mm-hmm.
I just not realized this. My mom and my sister, the Q and the U. My brothers and my father are the V, E, and the N.
Mm-hmm.
And the Jane part is fairy.
Okay. Now, I wonder if you can also explain something that I understand you have a nickname. Is your nickname Nazy? Is that a nickname?
I have too many.
Too many? What's your favorite of your nicknames? What do your friends call you?
Big Little Q.
Little Q? I like that. That's nice. So, my question for you is, you never really acted before this movie, right? Before Beast of the Southern Wild. So, well, first of all, is that correct? You never acted before?
No.
And so, did you think that you would like acting before you ever heard of this particular audition for Beast and all that? Did you, what did you think of actors and acting?
Nothing, but the only thing I thought about them is while they sing on like their little TV shows, I'll just jump in the bed, sing with them, and dance with them, get in trouble, and then I do it again. So I just keep jumping on the bed.
And have you had any favorite movies or TV shows of your own or actors that you really like?
Animation, like B-movie, Princess and the Frog. I want to see Hop. I heard that's a good movie.
Which one is that?
Lorax.
Hop?
Yes.
Okay, I don't even know
The
about
Lorax, Princess and the Frog. I think I said that already.
So those are some good ones, and I guess. So tell me, I guess you come home from school one day or something, and you find out. How did you hear about this audition for this movie that, I don't know if they even called it Beast of the Southern Wild at that point, but how did you hear they had this audition?
My mom's friend called and said that they had an audition for 6 to 9-year-olds. So I just went, and I was only 5.
And were you nervous that they might not take you if they found out you were 5?
Well, not really, because I really wasn't thinking about it that much.
And so it was near your home, right, where the audition was?
Yes, it was about 5 minutes away.
So you go there, and were there a lot of other people there? A lot of other kids?
Like about 20.
Yeah. And what did you think before you started it? What did you think it was going to involve? Because, again, you said you'd never acted before. I guess that means you'd never been on an audition, right? So you get there. What did you expect?
I was really just the same kid I was, just jumping in the bed, signing the sheet. I looked around, and I saw little girls. I had a shirt just like her. So I just was just kind of focusing on that.
So now it comes your turn, and you go in there, I guess probably into a little private room, right? And who was in there, and what did they ask you to do? Were you reading? Were you just talking?
It was just 2 producers.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be 2 directors. There were 2 producers, and they probably I don't remember the questions, but I think they just asked questions, or I think that was whenever Ben was there, but they asked a few questions, and then we did a few scenes.
And so you were just reading from the script or pieces of the script?
No.
Oh, not even for the scenes?
They just gave me something that I had to work with.
Like, hey, Quvenzhane, go and pretend that, something's just happened.
Yeah.
Cool. And did you feel good? Did you enjoy it? Did you think you did really well?
Kind of. I just did it just to do it and just to have fun.
Yeah. So now you go home, and how much later, how long did you wait before you got a phone call from them? Was it a long time? Like basically saying that...
I am not sure.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But I think it was like a few months or like a few days.
Oh, that long? Just so people know, that's the little black cat that runs around the lot here.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy.
Yeah. So you go home, and a few months later, how did you find out? What happened when the call came in? I know that you were busy with other things.
I was in like the living room, and I was on the computer on pog.com, and I was just playing a monkey game, and it used the up, down, left, and right arrows, and you had to help the monkey eat the bananas, and if you mess up, it goes all over their face, and you have a time limit.
Mm-hmm.
And she answers the phone, and
This is your mom?
yes, she answers the phone, and she hangs up the phone, and then she tells me I'm excited and I lost because I ran out of time.
Because you were distracted from the game.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. So now, what did it mean to you? Was that exciting? Like, what did they say when your mom told you were cast in the part? Now, what did that mean?
It was exciting. I kind of was excited to be able to lose the game because I was very focused. I had 23 bananas so far. I just tried, and like they called like a whole bunch of months later, and there goes the phone call, and they're saying that I made the part, and you're like in the inside, you're like, I can't believe this, and like you're excited on the outside, you're like, woohoo! So it's kind of.
And not nervous, nothing like that. You knew you could do it.
I was kind of nervous.
Yeah. About what?
Like I was too young. I lied on the sheet because I think my mom put 6. I'm not sure. That's what I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And it's kind of nervous to be under the age.
Right.
So.
Well, so now, when things did get started, when they started making the movie, where did you have to go? You didn't have to go that far from home, right?
It was just like about 15, 20, 30 minutes.
Okay, so you would drive to the set each day and then go home at night?
Yes.
Okay, and tell me about Ben, because Ben is the guy who probably, I would guess, made the final decision that he wanted you instead of one of the 4,000 other girls that he apparently looked at for the part. What did you think of Ben?
He was fun, and he was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And he was fun to play with.
And how about Lucy Alibar, who I guess had originally written the play that created Hush Puppy in the first place, but back then Hush Puppy was a boy. What did you think of Lucy?
She was fun. She wasn't bad, and she was this kind of person that I would like to keep going with.
And so, I guess you must have gotten a script at some point, right? That told
yes, it was about this big.
This big. And was that intimidating to think about you're going to be doing all of this? Because you're really in almost every scene.
Yes. It was kind of hard to think about, like, how am I going to do this with this enormous script? And it's kind of hard because I barely knew how to read, so it's sometimes very confusing, like, how am I going to read? How am I going to read? So.
But you did a great job, and I think one of the things that the movie required, if it was going to be as good, for it to turn out so well, was that you and Dwight Henry, who plays Hush Puppy's daddy, you guys really had to be believable together. So when you remember the first time you met Mr. Henry?
Yes, that's whenever he brought me sweets, and I love them.
Because he's a baker, right?
Yeah. When I first got it, I knew Ben for like a few days. And I put "Do not touch Ben." So
on the sweets.
Yeah, and after that, like a few days later, we went in the kitchen. We cooked. We'd exercise. We did the hula hoop and did stuff like that.
And so, what was it like working with him when the cameras were rolling? He also had never acted before, even though he's a lot older, right?
Yes, during the scene, we would actually have to get a lot much focus. And when we did it, like after, we would like laugh and talk about it and laugh some more and then get serious for the next scene. Then we'd do all that over.
So you had a lot of fun while this was all going on, the making of it?
Yes.
And I heard that on days when you weren't really that excited to work, they had a little ways of convincing you to
Pizza party.
pizza party. Tell me about those. How did that happen?
Whenever I am tired, sometimes I'm really tired and I can't go anymore. So what I do is I just can't go anymore. So I'm like, I'm tired. I can't go anymore. And then they said, well, if you can't go anymore, we are going to cancel the pizza party. I'm like, no, I'm getting up. So it's
That must have been
some ways that they can catch on to me.
I bet that was good pizza. So now, for this to happen, was it done in the summer, or did you have to miss school, or how did that work?
I had to miss school, but I really didn't miss school because my tutors went to the school, talked to the teachers, well, my teacher, and excuse me, and they talked about it, and they just had all the work handed over, and it was just like that teacher, and then Soul just went to the other tutor. So.
And then the tutor would work with you on the set?
Yes.
I gotcha. So when you were, being on the set and for the first time on a movie set, hearing all these terms, action, cut, rolling, things that, most people don't even necessarily, they're not used to. What was that like for you? Was it exciting, nerve-wracking?
I didn't like whenever they said one more time, when the director said one more time, the excitement. When he said it, he actually meant about 3 more times. So.
Okay, and so now with this movie, it's been so well received. Everybody, I'm sure you hear a lot. People really love it. And you've gotten to get dressed up and go to some pretty cool places, Sundance, right, and Cannes, and now award shows. You've already won one award. People think you might be up for some other awards. What do you make of it? What's been the highlight for you? Have you had a favorite thing? And is it fun? Is it exciting?
All of this, because it's kind of fun to leave, and then you come back and you hug and squeeze and stuff like that. So.
And you go back to Louisiana, and then you come back, so you're kind of traveling a lot. And just the very, very last thing is this. You were so good in this movie, and I think a lot of people who see it are going to want to know, where can we see her next? Is she going to keep acting? What's up? What's the next thing? And so you've already made another movie, right?
Yes.
What's that?
12 Years a Slave. That was a short film. I was only in the beginning. So.
Well, I'm excited to see what you do. You're a lot of fun. Thank you. Good job. All right, have fun, guys.
Grab the mic from
Thanks a lot, guys.